probably Caterino is the worst choice for Fitz. I'm good friends with Carson, and it upsets me to see her choose love for him, and then Carson goes all the way with her, and then...
Hey. I am the type of person who I think that I should explore all my options and try to find exactly who is best for me before I settle down and actually date someone. I don't see anything wrong with that.
I'm just looking out for my boys here. I don't think it's right.
Wow, that really aged well, didn't it? So, if you haven't heard about the drama surrounding Caterino, Fitz, and Call Me Carson, well then, my friend, get out from under that rock you've been under for the past 2 months and, go look it up. I can't be bothered to explain it. That's not what we're talking about today.
I think Fed is the worst one. He's not even interested. He hasn't spoken in like 15 minutes. And plus,
I spoke like 3 minutes ago.
Wow, that aged well too. If you don't know who Fedmyster is, don't worry, I didn't really know either until reading some comments on Jschlatt's newest video. I went on a dating show and figuring out that Fedmyster was canceled the day after this video was uploaded. Holy McNuggets. Jschlatt essentially predicted 2 major internet controversies in the span of 2 months, and based on what he said, you'd assume that he knew what was going to happen before it did.
Don't tell anybody this, but I fucking hate Fedmyster.
This all can't be a coincidence, and if it isn't, then Schlatt's some sort of fortune teller psychic person, right? Well, not quite. Jschlatt's ability to seemingly predict what would happen in those 2 cases can actually tell us much more than half a year of him yelling into a really crappy microphone.
That's something we could do.
Do the funny voice.
After digging a bit more, I've noticed that Jschlatt predicting those controversies wasn't crazy or magical or psychic, but rather the deep thinking of one of the most intelligent comedians on YouTube. And here is why. Hello there, I'm the Syrup Snake, and as a certified fanboy of Jedediah Funny Mike Schlatt, I think it's important that I comment on the most important part of these controversies. Jschlatt. Now, of course I'm not serious when I say that. What Caterino did and what Fedmyster did is completely unacceptable, and it's important to talk about these issues like that, but let's be honest, those controversies have been used way too much for clickbait, and I don't think there's anything I could say that hasn't already been said, so I'd like to focus more on the twist I've put on analyzing these controversies, and that, of course, being Call Me Carson's partner in crime, sorta, Jschlatt. That makes sense? Alright, let's begin. Jschlatt is an amazing comedy YouTuber who got his fame from Call Me Carson's SMP Live Minecraft server. His content is some of the funniest shit I've ever seen, and I'm not gonna go too in-depth into his style because that's not really what this video is about, but to summarize, he's able to seamlessly switch from tons of different personalities to fit whatever bit he's trying to make. Sometimes he's a bipolar asshole, sometimes he's a shady businessman, and sometimes he's a lunatic.
Except the one you actually need to bowl, the B button. Oh, wait, what? Right here? You hold the bowling ball like this. How am I supposed to hit the... That's what I have to do to hit the ball?
Above all, Jschlatt's just goofy. Everything he does has a hint of the same underlying theme of just being randomly goofy, which is not hard to do, but Jschlatt does it in a special way. I can't explain how he does it, but if I could, I don't think it would be that special or unique to him. That is what Jschlatt is like for his audience. That's the type of person he is in his videos, but I think he's just playing that character the whole time while he's on camera. Allow me to explain. Jschlatt is a comedian. He's obviously going to be funnier intentionally for the camera, which is nothing new. But what's different about Schlatt is that he doesn't just emphasize his funnier side, he changes to a completely different person. We know this based on something Carson said on the Lunch Club podcast.
Well, I don't think people
That's true.
Watching understand what Schlatt's like IRL. He's so different from his like entertaining persona. When he's just chilling, it's almost unnerving.
Oh yeah, no, it looks like he's plotting every time.
Yes, every single dude.
It made it so much
funnier. He always looks like he's plotting.
A silent agent of chaos is what he is.
Believe it or not, this is exactly what we see him doing on the episodes of Raj Chalor and Raj. I'm not even gonna try. I've seen like 2 minutes of this show and it looks like garbage. Everyone else says that he barely talks.
I like all your comments. I think since round number 1, I didn't see you saying one word, but that's good.
I'm changing my answer to Schlatt because I haven't heard this guy say anything in like 2 hours.
Here's the thing, when he does say something, it's always strategic. At the start, it's typically funny.
Interesting fact about me, I bought a gun yesterday. I just went out and bought a gun.
But there are several comments that he makes that are just incredibly poetic.
The very few interactions we've had, especially the one on Twitter, I enjoyed a lot. The last girl I met on this show, thanks to Austin, her name is Minx. You know, I give people
sometimes, and this last girl, Minx, she just takes it. You're the first girl that's actually clapped back and showed any kind of interest in being on the same level intellectually as me. So that's something I really respect and like about you.
Wow, that was like the most realist. Wow, that was what? Wow, that was Jesus.
That's the Schlatt side we barely get to see. You know, the Schlatt personality that showed up in a Tribute to Minecraft, and the one that shows up in the Weekly Slap. If you're unfamiliar with the Weekly Slap, it's one of Schlatt's 3 other channels in which he takes questions and gives legitimate life advice to people who ask for it. It's not a joke, and it's not for views. It's Schlatt showing off his more serious and intellectual side. Schlatt barely uses his personality because it won't get him views, and we don't need to see it on his main channel, because that's just for fun and games, and yelling into a distorted microphone. On Raj Chalor and Raj Chalore, or whatever the fork that show is called, he legitimately wants to win. Alex Botez made one of the worst mistakes of her life when she chose someone who, at this point, is pretty much a sex offender, over a great, funny, and above all, smart person, which brings me to my conclusion. Schlatt was able to predict what was happening in both of those cases because he pays attention. He was plotting the whole time. Maybe he never expected a full-blown controversy from Caterino or Fedmyster, but he was able to read what type of person they were just by sitting back, not talking, paying attention, and how did Carson put it?
Made it
He
so much
always
funnier
looks
for
like
me.
he's plotting.
Yep, that's the Jschlatt we all know and love. That's all for now, and I'll see you around. Thank you for watching.